right? Because that's not what this book is about. It's it's I think you do define some of the different attitudes that people can have, and that includes being, there is a point for cynicism, right? There is a time and a place for it. Talk about sort of the three areas where people sort of are at the moment.
Yeah. So you're right. This book starts out with that. And I think it's important to frame the importance of that mindset and thinking in terms of what could go right. But that's just the first part. The second part is just getting really practical and looking at what are these tech and social trends that are aligning to create enormous opportunities for startups and for corporates and for people in their professional careers to play a part in making this world more sustainable and equitable and more abundant. And not just because they think it's the right thing to do, but because there's an enormous business opportunity in transitioning every part of the global economy to one that's greener and more inclusive.
Okay.
And then the third part is really practicing what we preach and taking Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And instead of applying it to the individual, as we do in Psychology 101, we apply it to society and think about what it might look like if we were able to meet the physiological needs of society through things like the energy system, safety and security, self-esteem, all the way up to self-actualization needs for a society, which was a really fun part of the book to write, and interviewed some really interesting people to get those perspectives.
And in the book, you talk about sort of that in a lot of instances in our world, for example, we have a lot of zero-sum games, and I know you quoted Simon Sinek is the other author who's written about this as well, where in most games and even sports, you have a winner and a loser, and so it's a zero-sum, like someone has to win and someone has to lose, and you're saying that we need to do more about infinite games, but not necessarily in terms of playing it. Can you sort of describe the difference of what you mean between an infinite game and a finite game, I guess?
Yeah, sure. And yeah, you're right. Simon Sinek came out with a great book called Finite and Infinite Games. There's another one by the same title of a different author. I can't remember his name right now, but it's a really interesting concept that I think is helpful for us in this period of time.